it's important in El Paso and most of the other large cities in the United States, but especially in El Paso, because we have a large population of elderly, a large population of elderly people that are on a fixed income, and we also have disabled people that are not able to take care of themselves. And they have homes that have leaking roofs, air conditioners and heaters that don't work, plumbing that doesn't work, and paint that's falling off the outside of their homes. We go in and repair all these things through volunteers, and only volunteers. Volunteers that we get that are not skilled, and volunteers that we get that are craftsmen that come in and repair these homes. Leaking roofs, windows that are broken, air conditioners that don't work, bathroom, plumbing that doesn't work, and we also make homes that are not set up for people who are disabled, capable of doing that. We put ramps in, we put in disabled fixtures and so on in the bathrooms so they can get around in large doorways.
Christmas in April was started in 1991 by the Junior Women's League of El Paso. A lot of the labor came from the husbands of the Junior Women's organization, and then they had contractors that they contracted with to help rebuild or remodel the home, so to speak, to make people more independent in their home, in terms of making it handicap accessible, in widening doors or fixing, modifying the bathrooms or the kitchens, anything that would enable people to stay in their home that would otherwise have to leave. From that, it expanded, and then in 1995, it became, Christmas in April became what we now know as an organization today, which is an independent organization from Junior Women's League. And it has progressed from Christmas in April now to Rebuilding Together, which is a national organization. And it's gone from, say, 5 contractors in 1991 to over 10 contractors. And we have gone from probably 10 homes with Junior Women's to doing 21 this year. But the difference being is that we go year-round now. We have project homes all year round that we work on, but the main event day is in April. And at that time, we do all 21 homes in one day.
And I guess I was oblivious to the real situation. I didn't really have a feel for how many people were involved, the condition of their homes, the situation they were trying to live in. And once you saw it, you said, oh my gosh, how can we do more? Because there are more people out there now, but there are going to be many more in the future. This baby boom wave is coming our way, and they're going to be elderly. Their Social Security check is smaller than folks that were working later in life. It's all a function of what you made when you were working. And so you end up with $600-700 that you're supposed to live on from one, continuously. And we think that they're going to retire at 65 or 70. You can't do anything for $700. Okay, you can barely feed yourself. You might be able to get your medications taken care of, maybe able to pay your utilities. But when you start talking about repairing the house and maybe fixing the stove and getting the heater working, and no, that's not part of the formula. And so you suffer through the heat. You heat your house with the stove. You hope that nobody pushes hard on the door because it'll just fall open. Those kinds of things. So what we're doing is making the whole thing livable, doable.
Our goal with Rebuilding Together is to help keep them safe, warm, and dry. Do some simple home modifications, maybe make their house a little bit more presentable for them and give them some pride in their homes. Volunteers put in numerous hours throughout the month and throughout this big one-day event.
They assist, I guess, elderly people that their income is limited. They live on a budget. And with my aunt, this house it's pretty old and it's always needed a lot of maintenance, but she hasn't really ever been able to afford it, And this program, really is helping her, quite a bit, especially with her limited income. She has to use it a lot on medicine and, doctor bills and such things like that she's not really able to do.
They have to make a choice between food or repairing their roof. And there's not much of a choice there, really. So we are referred by organizations, governmental organizations throughout the city, and applications are made by individuals and organizations to us. The people that are not able to take care of themselves, they're on fixed incomes, and usually we get involved with them when they're older. They're in their 70s and 80s and they're not able to take care of themselves. They're not able to fix anything on their own, and they don't have the money to hire a contractor to do the work.
The city cost would be tremendous, you know, just because of how debilitated or dilapidated homes become. When you're elderly and you're on a fixed income, in terms of having to choose between medications and groceries and paying utilities versus fixing problems that you have in the house that over years compound into other problems, the city is then forced to go in there and at times condemn a home. You know, it can get to that point. And so by having Rebuilding Together, we can go in there when the problems have started and fix those problems so they're able to stay in their home and not have any funds that they have to utilize of their own to fix them.
I've seen it. I've gone in and gutted out the bathroom. Took everything out of it. Took the bathroom sink out, took out the toilet, took out the tub, cast iron tub, and stripped all the sheetrock out and found out all the electrical difficulties that occurred and all the plumbing problems. And they fixed them. And then they put it back together so that the door is wider. Now they can wheel the wheelchair in, run the walker in. They can get up to the sink. They can now get into the shower so that the personal hygiene is taken care of. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.